Going on, everybody? This one gonna be about a little something different. It's gonna be about a Kratom. It's a freaking great camera. We gotta spend like $2,000 on the camera to get it to work right. And apparently $1,000 ain't enough. Anyways, Kratom. Got a lot of talk Kratom going on, right? For you who don't know what that is, it's a natural plant. So right away, natural plant, that's going to have to be taken over by the government, because with their medical industrial complex, you can't have any deviation from the super high priced corporatism America has, corporate terrorism America has going on. And so you got this natural plant, and natural like Asia and stuff, so many strains. It's like marijuana. Every strain seems to act differently. Different compounds in it, the different psychoactive alkaloids, everything in it, a little bit different plant to plant. It can have two separate ends of the spectrum and anywhere in between, from an up to a down. And right now a lot of people use that for pain, or just as a natural spirit booster, you know, the antidepressant, natural. And it's kind of neat in the way that it tells you not to take any more. You take too much of the leaf at once, and it ruins your feeling. And you can only get so far with a good feel off this stuff. If you're doing it just to get a good feel, you could fucking eat a couple pixie sticks, probably get similar feelings. But they're working on getting rid of it and all this stuff, and you can look into that if you want. I mean, obviously the government's looking into getting rid of anything it can't control and regulate. And to be honest, if something makes you feel good, this government don't seem to like it. They seem to be about, looking at it that way this time. They seem to be about it just giving you anything that makes you more productive, which feel-good stuff can make you productive, but they've got this billion-trillion-dollar market for feel-good pills, which don't work, like Zoloft, Depakote. I mean, I don't even want to start to name others. I mean, there's so many they can give you that may work, may not, and really they don't. I mean, I've been on some of that stuff, and you know, I thought I felt good, but I can tell you there's still suicidal tendencies, and it probably increased suicidal tendencies while I was on it. It seems to be a common thing. But all my friends, like, and I trust my best friends, people who have known me, and the people I know quite well, and they told me that I was a different person. They didn't like that person, and I can't help but feel they're right in their judgments. I do listen to other people. I'm not just completely freaking arrogant. That's where my intelligence comes from, is a lot of people are just freaking arrogant, and they think whatever they feel and whatever they think is right. But you know, if you got something to tell me, I'll fucking listen to it. I take it to heart. You know, I'll work on that, and I'll try to improve that all the time. Generally, people don't ever freaking down me or anything, though, so I've got to come up with everything I fix myself about myself. Yeah, kind of good, kind of bad. After so many years, that hurts to fucking hear anyone down me, because I've never had it happen. But you know, it is what it is. Fucking, you know, taking that criticism works. And when they say you're on it and it don't make you the person that they liked, then they're probably right. And it does kind of make you empty. I know it killed my sexuality, and I probably lost really fucking, like, I mean, the type of blonde model chick I consider, like, I've considered top of the food chain since I knew who Kathy Ireland was and shit. And so, you know, I was with this girl all the time, and I never, like, when I was on those meds, I never fucked those girls. The two girls I can think of, and especially the one, like, girls make you make the first move, and at the same time, you know, we got this fake rape culture where, yeah, they want to be raped, they want to be forced to have sex, but they don't. And it's weird like that, a little off, getting a little off, but anyways, you know, I could tell it maybe not sexual, because there's no way. And granted, sometimes I do get with someone I like, really like the person so much, I'm not staring at their tits and thinking about their holes all day. And to be honest, those are some of the worst relationships I've had, because those girls feel, you can tell, they just feel like I don't like him. Like, the tall fucking blonde model chick I was dating at the time, we both just came out of some fucking bonding shit, and we met at this place. And we clicked instantly after that, and I wasn't even, you know, I was like content with my meds, so I let that go on me. You can't let these doctors control this shit, because their medicine is fake. But Kratom, like I said, it's got, like, compared to marijuana, there's indica sativa, there's down and up. But there's not much research into this. That's what this video is really going into. If you want to discuss Kratom, if you want to learn about Kratom, you can look this up, and there are plenty of other people who came before me. I shouldn't say plenty. Really, I fucking research everything constantly. It wrecks my life. I mean, I have no life, because that's all I do is educate and research. And I mean, I'm fucking not even human. I'm like fucking android or something when it comes to this shit. I definitely don't fit in. But so I researched it, and there's not that many people to research. And there's not many people put their face on research. And you know, from the start, when I get involved with anything, even if it's a natural plant you can buy at the local head shop that's safe and alternative, you generally don't want to talk about it. Like me doing this video, like, I've been putting this off. I don't want to talk about this shit. I've got shit going on in my life. You know, I got the J's on my channel. Hey, you're a druggie and all that. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, everyone's fucking doing something. And I wasn't a big druggie until these people started saying this shit, and I was like, oh, I might as well try all these natural plants online that are free and shit, or you know, free of the cops kicking your teeth in and putting you in prison for life if you get caught with it, or shooting you if you're black and you get caught with it. Or, I mean, be honest, I got long hair. The cops used to look at me like I was just, you know, another white nigger. And that's the way they always, you know. I mean, look at Willie Nelson, dude. They're gonna arrest Willie Nelson. They're gonna arrest Snoop Dogg. He's like the black hippie, and he's like the white hippie. Fucking, yeah, Snoop used to do gangster shit. That dude's fucking all talk these days. He's trying to help the community and everything. He ain't fucking gang banging. He better not be. Fucking, that's gonna look real bad if he's helping the community and gang banging. But off topic as usual. Anyways. It was a natural drug, so I was looking into it, and I was looking into using it alongside, you know, my actual doctor's medication. Man, some of that shit made me feel drunk, and I'll tell you what, I don't like the way drunk people act. I don't get drunk from drinking alcohol, but this shit made me feel, this one gabapentin made me feel the same way that I see idiots act when they're drunk. So I was like, fuck that shit. I didn't like it at all, and plus I'm pretty sure it was fucking my heart up. My heart was hurting like crazy after I would take it. I felt like it was swelling or something. But Kratom, this is just, I'll make this real short. Yeah, 10 minutes, real short. The Kratom issue I want to bring up is because of these drugs being all like this and everything being illegal. You know, people switch from their opiates because they can't get them to Kratom. Some people use Kratom to come off of opiates. Personally, I think addiction is all in your mind, and you can taper off anything properly. But I've taken the stuff, and there's something else going on that no one will talk about it. And why won't they talk about it? And I'm not going to talk about it here, because this is going to give the government ammo. But it's going to give them ammo. Why don't they already know this? If they know this drug's so bad, why don't they know this little hidden thing about this drug? And why is no one else mentioning it? It can't just be me who experienced the Mirakuru effect. I renamed the drug, the plant, to Mirakuru, and that's odd because it comes from the Asian areas as well, and they know they don't let their people take it, so it's like they know something's up. But the Mirakuru, if you guys want to know about that, look into the Arrow universe, and if you watch the Arrow series, you'll see what happens when the people take the Mirakuru. It's something they want to take. I'm not going to go into it much more than that, but I just want to put it out there that for some reason both sides, and I hate this shit. You get this shit from the potheads too. You got to try to be really honest with this. You got to be if you're like, hey, marijuana should be legalized for this and that reason, you can't attach bogus things to it. See, they do this with everything. The media does it. They do this with the anti-Zionism. They do it with everything. I mean, anti-Zionism is the bogus attachment to our controllers. People who took over America aren't Zionists. America isn't Zion. I mean, well, it is, right? New York's the motherland. America really is Zion. That's the deception I was just talking about. How they won't even discuss that, but they'll discuss anti-Zionism and Zionism. They won't discuss the reality that Zionism is a distraction. Now, so why on this Kratom thing are they not discussing the Mirakuru-like effects, which is pretty fucking bad? I'm not going to say I've not taken all the name brand street drugs you guys have. Everyone else I know has probably taken more name brand street drugs. But when it comes to undercover type shit, when it comes to psychedelics, I've got you all beaten just on one day of tripping alone. So I don't want to say I'm like some master on drug, and I haven't taken like PCP and cocaine to compare. But I can tell you, the Mirakuru effects are weird, and I believe you have to, I believe from my experimentation, you have to mix it with caffeine to get that effect. And do not do that just because I'm fucking telling you about that, because you do not want it, and it could be actually instantly damaging, like the valves on your heart or something. And again, I'm getting into the shit I didn't want to talk about this. But fuck it. Here I am. And it's just weird. Both sides don't talk about that. I understand the one side wants to keep it legalized, so you kind of stay hush-hush on negative things. But even like in the underground, like I get silenced by these underground motherfuckers where you're supposed to be going for the truth about shit. It doesn't matter what I'm talking about. Motherfuckers don't want to hear open debate, open discussion. You know, let's say, you got the anti-Zionists and the Zionists. They don't want to open debate, open discussion. Maybe really did Jews give this little plot of land and they're continually attacked and they stole all that land. Maybe, but you wouldn't discuss that. Like, we're far off from discussing that. Now, with this plant, we're discussing alternative things that might be happening, not positive. And the government won't fucking name it. It's such a bad drug. And it's supposedly killed a few people or been in their system. And I'm fucking willing to place $5 bet right here. Every single death they related to that. Everyone had more than one drug in their system. And fucking drug education teach you right away, you don't mix drugs, you fucking idiot. You don't do that. You're gonna try to be expanding your heart valves and fucking constricting them at the same time, and that's not very good. But I'm willing to bet the people who fucked up all had caffeine in them. And that's telling you something about caffeine, if you ask me. Because I'll tell you what, I've done a lot of... Again, I've not really done a lot. I've done a lot of what I do. A lot of marijuana, wow. And in the past, I drank a lot. And I can tell you, what this caffeine shit and this drinking is like some of the worst drugs there is. So I would like place the blame on caffeine over the Kratom. And I've taken large enough doses of caffeine that it's like, hey, I've been to the fucking hospital over it. And pretty much the only thing that relates to a lot of this is I'm on like 200 plus milligrams of caffeine when I have some of these issues. And with the Kratom, it still pops up. So, you heard about the Kratom. You not heard about it. Now you've heard about it if you haven't. And there's almost like always some hidden truth in everything. It's like the world's got to be deception. Like, everything ain't black and white. There's a gray in between. That's like, who controls the nation? Well, it's not black people. And when you look into it, it's not white people. There's the aliens, the grays in between. And you got to look at it. And that's like, if you want to preach to education, if your goal is a pro-drug user, is a pro-natural plant user, is to use the term education just to convince people that's what you think is the answer. Well, then educate them. Tell them both. Tell them both sides. Tell them to watch their consumption. Tell them to take breaks from their consumption. Tell them to not mix their consumption with other stuff. Tell them be worried about it. Most importantly, don't make it a crime, you know? Don't put people in jail for stuff like this. I mean, and most of the time when you get put in jail for something like drugs, you get thrown into a court system that recycles you into a medical industrial complex system that's working directly with the court, and then they're just selling you more drugs. Way expensive drugs, too. Way expensive. The weed ain't got nothing on the price of a prescription drug. You ain't paying nothing. You thought that was fucking crazy prices. You ain't seen nothing. But there's something they're hiding about Kratom. And it makes me wonder why. Because with the caffeine thing and the nicotine thing, they definitely allow the caffeine because they think it's a stimulant and it'll produce a better worker. It'll keep you all working longer. And when you look in the Mirakuru, that is like soldier super serum stuff. And the super soldier serum likely doesn't just come from the mind of the Jew Kurtzberg who created Captain America. He likely took that from already happening military plans where they were juicing up soldiers and creating super soldiers. So this country has an obsession with drugging you with Adderall and caffeine and super soldier serum. Steroids is another one of those legal, not legal drugs. You can use it. The cops are using it. You just got to get a hold of it. It's really rare as Johnny Bravo queers being a rat, ratting people out. Maybe he's got a good reason. If he doesn't, fuck you, you're a queer, dude. You're ratting people out for like one of the least freaking abused drugs there is. Fucking useless. But they want to give you these drugs that make you active or make you so you can contribute to the system. And if they allow a drug on the street that has super soldier serum properties, that increases the ability of your population. It makes your population better. And in the end, that goes into war. You know, probably something everyone in this nation is going to face real soon, because good luck paying back that money if you don't go after the bankers at the Federal Reserve and make them pay the $14 trillion with their own families' pocketbooks. That's the only thing I can think of coming out of this. Why no one discusses this? I know on the open discussion side, they want to hide any bad thing. Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this before. This happens with all the drugs. As soon as it gets close to wanting to be legal, or if it's already legal, they like to hide the bad stuff that can happen. But with the other side, why would the government hide that's happening? And yeah, it's a bunch of 90-year-old fucks who are senile. You know, their education was like 12th grade school, which back then was like the equivalent of your kindergarten education nowadays. And I think I'm an introvert, but these people have no freaking life experience. We can write things off. See, I love giving you the option out. I love, if I just detail the option out, sometimes I don't want to give that to you because they're going to take it and run with it. But I'm already giving them what they need to run with, the Maracuja thing. But the option out isn't they're fucking stupid and they know what's going on. If they've been testing the drug, any sort of government with any fucking sense, who has the right to say anything on any drugs, has at least like 6 people in it who they're testing the drugs on. I don't care how legal that is or whatever. If you guys aren't doing the DEA, you're fucking idiots. Again, you need to know what the fuck you're talking about and what the fuck you're doing. And I think you do. And, you know, call me Alex Jones, but I think they're putting that on the street. I think they're allowing that on the street, and they're hiding this effect that can possibly come from this. I think they're hiding it because they want that effect. It helps. It's like a warlike society, and if you turn your normal citizenry into soldiers, especially people who are like laying around doing heroin. Supposedly most people who choose heroin are like lazy fuckers who just want to lay around and do nothing. I wouldn't blame heroin for that. I mean, lazy people are lazy. That's that, bro. I don't give a fuck. I took ketamine before. I didn't want to take it because it made you stupid and lazy. Well, I wasn't even worried about the lazy part. It made you freaking stupid, which, you know, that's going to come with lazy, but definitely tranquilizing yourself is going to make you lazy. Yeah, I didn't want to be lazy. I didn't want to be stupid, so I never used it again. But, you know, these people are attracted to these drugs, and then they take super large doses and they pass out because they're fucking lazy and they want to go to sleep. They don't want to be awake to this world. But this shit it's like a little bit different than that. I guess it really matters depending on which strain you're going to. But definitely, you mix some white Mangda with an energy drink, you're gonna have some issues, dude. I would say maybe it's just me, but I'm down it. I'd only felt violence before, you know, like a want to cause harm, before, like, when I started suspecting someone in my life was there for some other reason. And I don't know what really happened there. I was on some doctor's medication. Yeah, one of those things I just named, actually. And it's known for causing rage. So I came off that stuff, but it mildly stuck with me. But this stuff caused, like, up and at him, go get him. And I mean, if you've seen like a change in my tone the past 2 years, it's definitely from this stuff. Especially if you've seen it in the last year. And when I was first on it, the first couple months I was sampling this stuff. It brought out massive, I wouldn't say aggression. It was like, it was happy-go-lucky But if you pissed me off, I probably would have just, I mean, it's like, you're going to get beheaded. And it would have been no thing. It wouldn't have been violence to me. It wouldn't have been aggression. It would have just been fucking up and at 'em. Work's done. You're done. And that's something they're hiding about this stuff. And it makes me wonder, why would the government fucking hide that? Like, that's a pretty good argument for them about wanting to get it off the street. But, no, I think there's another reason. I think our leaders are mass murdering terrorists. I don't think our leaders are mass murdering terrorists. Everyone knows our leaders are mass murdering terrorists. And it would do nothing but benefit these fucking sissies like Lindsey Graham to have a population of soldiers who are just ready to fucking kill and be all happy about it. It would benefit the fuck out of that scumbag. Hell, he could benefit from taking some of that shit at his age. Lindsey Graham, go ahead, try a teaspoon of Kratom white manga and have yourself a good Monster energy drink. And you call me from the other side and let me know how that made your heart feel and how much you like aggression now. But for the rest of you, if you guys choose to take this product, I advise you not to mix it with stimulants. It doesn't seem to be the very best thing. So, don't know why they're not talking about it. I gave a possible reason. And we know why the other people won't talk about it. Even though I've tried to get them to like slightly hint that I'm not completely alone when I feel this. But there's something going on about Kratom. And it's something they don't want you to know.